Hello everyone. So today I would like to share with you something that I have learned within the past year. So upon starting my new business where I create board games, a lot of people ask me how I do it. How do I come up with the ideas? How do I go about making the actual board? How do I figure out where the goal is? So today I would like to share with you a lot of the things that I came across. So to start out, I like to always have my supplies first. A lot of people think that they have to have the idea, have the inspiration. A lot of that comes from pen and paper. So I like to start out with a little bit of poster board, a ruler, and a pencil. So with this, you're sitting there, you're pondering to yourself. I always try to think of things in my daily life that need work on. So some of those things I like to think of is my niece and nephew. A little bit about me. I used to be a nanny, so I used to have to always figure out ways to kind of entertain the kids. Now that my niece and nephew are grown up, it's become a challenge. So I can't make goofy faces and I can't just sing them a song. I have to actually have them do something. So something I like to do with the kids is I like to play the ABC 123 game. So that's today what I'm going to teach you how to make. So, in the process of making the ABC 123 game, I had to come up with the goal. The kids were just going into pre K, so I had to first make something that would teach them things. So, the goal of the ABC 123 game is to teach the child their letters and their numbers. Within the last year, we have went from just letters and numbers to full words. So then you have to think, how are the kids going to get involved? Because if you just make them a board game, then you're sitting there playing a board game. So to make a good board game, the adult portion is making the template. So I actually have the finished version of the game as shown. And I'll zoom in a little bit for you. So I start with a 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter grid, and then from there I make my route. So this would be your route right here. And by doing so, having the grid, you can darken the lines that you want for the route, and then you erase anything you don't want to use left. I like to try to make it an odd number of squares, depending on how many squares you need. So I have 3 different squares for letters, numbers, and anything else. So when I have that done, I can have the kids do art and everything like that. So as you can see on this model, there's no art, as the kids did not actually get to take part in this one. They have their own version. And we play it quite often, it's a hit. So when you get to that point where you have your route, you will label your squares. From labeling your squares, then you can make something else. I like to use note cards to make cards. So I don't have any with me right now, but when you cut the note cards in half, you have perfectly good cards. So on note cards, you have a side with lines and a side with no lines. I like to write the adult portion on the side with lines. That would be the words, the letters, the numbers. They will be able to then decorate the other side that's completely blank. This gets the kids involved in the entire board game. Through that, once it's all decorated, the kids are making it their own. You will have a perfectly good board game and you're ready to go. So, just to recap all of that, start with a grid. So as you can see, these lines are very even. So you want to try a 2 centimeter by 2 centimeter. I've learned that's a very good square. Then through that, make your route where you want to go. Erase whatever is excess. It takes a little bit, but it's worth it. And then what you can do is you create the board. And as you can see, everything is labeled, and then the kids can have some fun. So you might be thinking, where do you get the pieces? I like to use the kids' toys. So you might think, oh, they have action figures. You want to use the little knickknacks they would get on a birthday cake. And that's essentially all you need to do to create a board game. It's easy, it's simple, and it's for children as well. If you're looking for something a little bit more complex, let me know. We can make something there too.